Peacemaker was overhearing everything the Justice Gang was saying about talking trash about this guy and just completely talking about their own stuff.
The bigger picture, I guess, is what I'm saying, is Peacemaker. He's literally a criminal. He killed Rick Flag, and then, I don't know, I felt bad for him, but I was also like, can you blame the man?
Especially when he was going to keep Amanda Waller's government secrets by killing Rick Flag. I'm like, I hate this guy.
But
So,
I like that this haunts him still. I don't know if
Yes.
that's like, whether it's like him by himself or someone's literally throwing it in his face that he did this, or we see other characters like Rick Flag Sr., who's in here. You see it all play back. So they don't want us to forget, I feel like. They want us to remember because, yeah, we can be rooting for Peacemaker and we can hope that he becomes a good man or he gets the job, whatever it is. But we also have to remember where he comes from. And I feel like while rooting for him, we also have to see if he's really going to atone for all that he's done, for the death of Rick Flag, and will he be better?
yeah.
I worry about this alternate like universe place that he's going to could set all that back because he's already.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Most Potato Podcast. My name is Alvin.
I'm Jess.
And today we're going to be talking about Peacemaker Season 2. We're going to talk episodes 1 and 2. We're going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show yet, get the hell out of here. Go watch the show. I don't know what you're doing with your life if you're not watching Peacemaker. I completely almost forgot how great Peacemaker was, especially when I walked in on you rewatching all of Season 1 in preparation for this. I forgot how freaking good this show is, and I hate feeling like that because of how long we've had to wait in between seasons.
Yeah, how long was it? Because I was watching it, and I felt like I was watching it for the first time because I was laughing so hard at all the jokes that I'd known that I've heard already.
It had to have been at least like 2 years.
Feels
That's a
longer.
long-ass time to be waiting for TV. We got to stop. We need to stop with this
Especially
long-ass
'cause it
wait.
wasn't that many episodes. I mean, they were lengthy, but...
Yeah, but this show, oh God, I feel like I'm enjoying the beginning of this season more than season 1 already.
Oh, really?
I think it's just because we have the established relationship with the characters. So like I'm going into this way more eager than when I first tried Peacemaker. Because when they first announced the Peacemaker show, I'm like, why the hell do we need a show about this guy that killed Rick Flag? I hate this guy.
I don't know. And then he just like his outfit's kind of stupid.
It's ridiculous.
And, like,
they even roasted in the show.
yeah. So I didn't care about a Peacemaker. I'm not really. I don't know. It's I guess because it's not in my face enough since like 2008. The DC like heroes. Like I know a select few of them, but even the ones that I do know, I'm not like extra excited about when anything comes out about them. So I was like, who is this? What is this going to do for my life? But it's like one of the best things DC has done so far.
And it's all because of James Gunn. The Gunn really don't jam, except for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I didn't like that movie, but I know I'm in the minority in that. But
Well, it was entertaining. I rewatched it recently.
yes, you did.
Oh.
Sorry, did I say that aggressively?
Yeah.
All right, I don't hate the movie, but it was a step down for me. But otherwise, James Gunn does not miss. Maybe he curved the bullet in that movie for me, but he don't miss.
Okay.
I really love that he retconned the ending of season 1, where instead of the Justice League showing up at the end too late, we get the Justice Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Ordinarily, I'd have a problem with that, but because I hated the Snyderverse so much and I want nothing to do with it anymore, I love the fact that they just replaced the scene with the Guy Gardner guy and Hawk Girl talking shit to each other. I thought there was going to be like a alternate timeline use of this, and then he just said, no, this is what happened instead. So just forget everything.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I just
good. That's what the response should be.
because when I first saw it and it was like, you know, before they added that in, I was just like, okay, I guess.
It was already kind of a meaningless scene. It's really just a joke scene.
Yeah, so. It was just like, okay, this is just kind of stupid, but it doesn't mean anything because they're right. Where are they? Like this whole big butterfly thingy, aliens going on. I feel like this is something they should be coming to deal with, but
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe because it didn't get big and messy and the butterfly didn't actually get out. We don't need Superman.
Yeah. And this series was already like very far disconnected from whatever the DCEU was doing. Like it got to a point where more movies were becoming so self-isolated. You could take this show and put it into the James Gunn universe. I love that he said that he's keeping Blue Beetle as well because they did my man dirty. They did a really good movie, but because we had no trust in the brand anymore, nobody went to go see that movie. But that's getting carried over. So I'm really excited to see what James Gunn is cooking for the universe, because we loved Superman. That was a really fun one.
That was really good.
Apparently, the animated series that he did, Creature Commandos, that's also on HBO Max. They're DC characters. I heard people are loving that too. Everything that's coming out so far is like really high quality. So I'm excited for this season. I have no idea what to expect with Peacemaker wanting to go to another universe to like be with his brother and his dad. I just feel like that's just going to be a huge disaster.
It is. It's already
starting to be a disaster.
The very end of episode 1, it was clearly just does not okay.
Yeah, but let's rewind back to the beginning of episode 1, where Peacemaker is trying to apply to be with the Justice Gang, and he interviews with Guy Gardner, and James Gunn's brother plays Maxwell Lord, who is the same character that Pedro Pascal played in Wonder Woman 84. The one where she goes, Maxwell, return the stone, or whatever the fuck.
Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone.
I don't remember anything from that movie, just how bad it was. It's so bad.
They already rebooted that character.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know how you felt during that scene where Peacemaker was overhearing everything the Justice Gang was saying about talking trash about this guy, and just completely talking about their own stuff and not worried about whether Peacemaker belongs in the group or not, because they've already made up their mind that this dude's like an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a murderer. He doesn't like belong there. I don't know how you felt, but I think a lot of the times I was trying to be humorous, and I was feeling really sad for Peacemaker.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how did you feel during that scene while they were roasting him?
I mean, it was messed up, but can you blame them? I guess is how I'm seeing it.
Because they only know him as like a criminal.
Yeah, they only know him as a criminal, and even if you say, okay, you were a criminal, I mean, he's still like this killing machine guy, and accidents happen, and he's literally like, well, accidents happen. And I feel like you wouldn't hear that from Superman. Like, no. He would be like beating himself up if he accidentally like killed a squirrel. Like, you know, it was, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be like, that's how you have to be. If you're a hero, you have to like, you know, be sad about every single little thing. But casualties happen. I mean, yeah, Superman's probably flown through a bunch of buildings and killed a bunch of people and stuff. And he probably is upset about that. But the bigger picture, I guess, is what I'm saying, is he's saving the world. But Peacemaker, he's literally a criminal. He killed Rick Flag, and then...
And we forget, he killed Rick Flag to keep government secrets of an evil plan from the Suicide Squad movie.
He can just be, I want to say, bought for the most part.
Like, yeah, no, that's what he was.
He's growing a conscience, I want to say, and wanting things. And like you said before, he's trying to be a good man.
Yeah.
But you can't blame them. Is it right? They're wrong. You be professional, people. Be professional. They weren't. They didn't even know how to use the button for the...
Learn when to know when you're being like heard over the microphone or not.
They were talking so much shit. And I don't know. I felt bad for him, but I was also like, can you blame the man?
Yeah, you know? I guess I understand that point, because if they know nothing else about Peacemaker's personal journey, then I see what... Because that's how I felt in the Suicide Squad movie. I'm like, this guy's a dick. I don't like this guy. Especially when he was going to keep Amanda Waller's government secrets by killing Rick Flag. I'm like, I hate this guy. And that's I felt it in my heart when Rick Flag was like, Peacemaker, what a joke.
Yeah.
Those are some banger final words. So
but I like that this haunts him still. I don't know if
yes,
that's like mean
we
to
don't
say,
see enough of that in a lot of these shows and movies.
It haunts him, or whether it's like him by himself or someone's literally throwing it in his face that he did this, or we see other characters like Rick Flag Sr., who's in here. You see it all play back. So they don't want us to forget, I feel like. They want us to remember, because, yeah, we can be rooting for Peacemaker, and we can hope that he becomes a good man or he gets the job, whatever it is. But we also have to remember where he comes from. And I feel like while rooting for him, we also have to see if he's really going to atone for all that he's done, for the death of Rick Flag, and will he be better?
Yeah.
I worry about this alternate like universe place that he's going to could set all that back, because he's already struggling with himself and what happened in the first season, where I worry he's just going to like backpedal like a lot. He's
already starting to by just going to the other universe and trying to be with his family.
I think that's really interesting. It's like you feel bad, but it's also just like you can't blame us. And then he looks like he's being pulled back to the dark side, if anything, you know?
And then you can't blame him for wanting to be in the dark side because nobody's accepting him in this universe. Yes. He doesn't fit anywhere.
Exactly.
He feels like he, again, like you said, he wants to atone for his sins by killing Rick Flag and working for Amanda Waller, who she's the main fucking villain, honestly, in this world. And Rick Flag Sr. needs to have way more heat for this woman. I don't know how professionally it's allowable to hire this man to be in charge of Argus. I'm like, that there's like an emotional liability here. He's going after somebody that killed his son. How did you put him in power?
The first thing he wants to see is that file.
Yes.
That's the very
and then to tail him 24/7 with security.
I'm like, you guys probably have other things you should be doing. Like,
I mean, at least there is a good purpose. Like, they should be tracking what is the deal with the signal that they're getting every time Peacemaker uses the teleporter. Because that is a huge... I like that they make a reference to the portal rift that happened in Superman. They're trying to prevent another crisis like that, and this is what it looks like to them.
Yeah.
So there is a personal reason behind Rick Flag Sr. doing this, but there's at least like the professional side as well. It's like he's also trying to prevent a crisis. I think that Peacemaker being in another universe is going to make a mess of him. He's going to have a good time pretending to be this other version of Peacemaker. But I think this is also going to be an opportunity for him to make amends of what he did. I think they're going to do something where Peacemaker is going to learn what the right thing is after things don't go his way in the other universe. Somehow they're going to use the multiverse to make things right. I don't know if it means him pulling another Rick Flag from that universe and bringing him to this universe, though I kind of hesitate with that idea. I feel like that's a cop-out. Because it's like, that's not a real life solution.
But why kill Rick Flag anyways? Like, when that happened, I thought, maybe he didn't puncture his neck deep enough, so we're gonna see him in the next installment. I don't know. I was really shocked when he died.
Yeah, no, James Gunn don't play. Like, when he kills people, he tends to keep them permanent. A part of me really hopes that Peacemaker brings back Rick Flag from another dimension, because I really liked this guy.
I know, just hands him over to Rick Flag Sr. I'm sorry.
But I feel like that's too easy. I feel like they're gonna do something with that character that'll give Rick Flag Sr. some sort of peace of mind, maybe. But I don't know if James Gunn would do something as simple as like, oh, let's pull this Rick Flag and put him in this universe. Unless there's like a compelling enough reason, like maybe this Rick Flag has such a shitty life that he has to come to this universe. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with the time, not time travel, but the multiverse stuff. Because I'm kind of over multiverse shit. Like, Marvel really just tired it out for me. So I really need them to like do a good job with this.
I mean, I feel like Marvel just did it too much and
no plan.
Yeah, no plan.
Yeah.
And I guess we're kind of just seeing the start of it in the DC universe. Like, so I would be fine if they like do a little bit more, but if they do it gradually and they really try to stick to whatever rules they previously set up for stuff, at least in this universe. Yeah,
the less complicated, the better. Yeah. Just keep the rules hard, fast, and like simple.
I don't want to see every hero or villain that we get with DC using some portal type of thing all the time. Like, let's not do that.
Yeah, that'd be too much too soon.
Yeah, it'll start to get messy.
What are your thoughts on Peacemaker and Harcourt being a thing? That obviously they're going to be in a relationship probably by the end of the season. We don't know how. How do you feel about the idea of it?
I don't care. I just feel like they set it up for that. Like, from from season 1, the beginning of season 1, he was into her, she wasn't, and it's gonna be like opposites attract. She's resisting, he still likes her, and it's just
the usual trope.
It's gonna happen, or it won't. I'm good either way. It's weird. I don't feel like I'm really rooting for any couples or any romantic things to happen in the show. I think I'm more enjoying the friendship of the group. In last season, when Harcourt was actually nodding her head to the music after they finished, doing a mission or whatever, and they were having fun. I like seeing her like that. I feel like
when there's a friendship developing.
Yes, I like that when she's opening up a bit and, she's opening up to other characters, or other characters are, becoming stronger, standing up for themselves. Even with Economos, I don't want to say I can't stand him, but he's kind of just in the background for me out of bio. Like, I love all of them just vibing and building a friendship and team, because it's just like, who are these people and why did anybody think to pair them together? That's strange. But I like seeing that bond happening. So I don't really care about a Peacemaker Harcourt. relationship. I don't know about
That's
you.
fair. That's fair because romance is really hard to sell. If you really don't write characters that have some sort of chemistry that you feel like something should be happening, that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like the latest thing we've been watching is Don season 2, and we're eating up the romance with these characters. Like that, the way that those characters interact with each other, forget the fact that they're animated and their mannerisms are exaggerated. At the core, like fundamental relationship is there's a friendship that buds, and then from that friendship, there's something more that's growing that it just feels so natural.
Yeah.
And then the way that they act with each other, you just can't help but fucking root for them.
I'm like, oh my God, their hands brushed. Oh my God. Like,
yeah, and you see characters making subtle moves towards each other, and it's cute and it's funny. That's what, and every best like romance that I've seen on screen, whether animated or live action, that's the like at the heart of good romances is seeing this friendship blossom into something more and seeing like intention with the characters of moving towards each other. And I think that's kind of what's kind of drawing me to this relationship. I'm kind of on the opposite end of you, but I'm not feeling it strongly. I like that they're actually starting to bud like this romance between them because they've gone through so much together and they have a bit of a friendship, and we hear that they hooked up off screen. So there's already something that had happened. And I think the reason that I'm behind them possibly being a couple is because both Peacemaker and Harcourt, they're both like in the same place. They're both looking for purpose. They both feel very isolated. They're feeling a lot of pain. They feel like there's like a lot of stuff that they have to do to make things right.
That just sounds like two people that really need to go work on themselves.
They need therapy.
Happens.
They both need therapists. They both need and they need to live in a world that's not so shitty because with the life skills that they have, they can't just go and get regular jobs. Like they just can't.
I like how Harcourt was actually considering
the cashier job. It's just like no.
Yeah, she gonna get fired and sued because she gonna beat up all the customers. Like, yeah.
So I feel like they have a lot of commonalities with each other about what they're struggling with. There's a lot of mirroring with each other that I feel like them opening up to each other and being vulnerable with each other is actually going to be good for them in the long run. At least that's what I think that they're hinting at. I could be wrong. They could be terrible with each other. But I think that they're intentionally setting up the romance because they're also going through the same struggles. And I feel like once they're together, it's after they've resolved their issues, and that makes them, it gives them more chemistry with each other. It makes it feel like they actually do belong with each other. So I'll be curious to see how that develops. I'm not like fully shipping them, but I'm also not against it either. Like usually I'm turned off pretty immediately if the writing is bad enough.
Yeah.
But so far I'm kind of liking it. And I'm curious what they're going to do with Peacemaker once he starts hanging out in the other universe, because you see that he's texting the other Harcourt with other Peacemaker's cell phone.
And the other Peacemaker seems to have had some issues with her. I think they're
basically broken up is what it looks like.
But she texts back. She
yes,
like, hey,
with the heartbroken emoji.
Yeah,
and speaking of the other universe, how did you feel about Peacemaker hanging out with his dad and a live brother?
I was just like, is this one a Nazi too? Like, I'm.
That's my main question, because I feel like they're not confirming on purpose.
Yeah, I can't get a clear grasp on whether or not.
The dad is so wholesome. He's not throwing insults like season 1 dad.
And he even is like, oh yeah, love ya, and then being
love ya,
affection, touching him, his shoulder.
That was apparently improvised.
Oh really?
When he grabs Peacemaker's ear and says, "Love you, buddy."
Oh, okay. I was just like, I mean, me and Peacemaker were just like, is this affection? Like what? Like
what is love?
What is love? No, yeah, baby, don't hurt me, because I was just like, usually he just, I thought it was really sweet seeing his dad there being like kind of normal and like nice to him, and then like seeing the brother, I was like, I thought it was funny. He was like, oh, he recognizes his brother even as an adult because his brother died when they were kids. Yeah,
so seeing him as an adult was trippy.
Yeah, I was just like, how does he... just seeing the emotion come over him, and just...
John Cena, I gotta say, he's in the conversation of being one of the great actors that transitioned from wrestling. There's a lot of conversations that go between him, The Rock, and Dave Bautista. I would say, just a quick ranking, I would say Dave Bautista is probably the best of the wrestling turned actors, because we loved him in Cabin in the... What was it? Knock at the Cabin?
Was it something with
Cabin? I think it was Knock at the Cabin. Yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. That was his first leading role, and he carried that movie.
Yes.
I don't think you saw Blade Runner 2049, but he had like a small role there.
I did. I just don't remember him in it. I don't
Yeah.
remember much of the movie, but.
Yeah, it was a small role, but he shows that he can carry serious roles. John Cena, he's like the next best one. Like every time I see him in Peacemaker, it's when he's being vulnerable, when he's letting his emotions out, those quiet moments where he doesn't know how to fully react, getting love and affection from his father from another universe. You see that he's feeling warmth, and then also at the same time he's breaking internally because it's like, I know this is not my real dad. I know I don't belong in this world. Why couldn't I have this back at home? Why?
See, these are the times I feel bad for Peacemaker, not when he's being dragged in an interview. No, yeah, I think he's just doing a very good job. I don't usually see him in movies because I don't think I'm watching movies that he's in. I feel like it's a lot of, like, well, I guess this is kind of like a comedy too, but I just categorize it as like, you know, a superhero movie type of show thing. Yeah. I feel like anything I've heard about him being in is always a comedy.
He's usually in comedies, yeah.
And he makes for like good comedic relief because he's
like funny in real life.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and then he like you have him doing stupid stuff. It's funny. But these moments in this show, I think it's really good to like see him emote in it for and not to feel like this guy doesn't belong here. Like, you know, it would suck if we have a show this good with writing this good and characters this good, and then he's not able to, you know, break through and show us the emotion that's needed in certain scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. And he shows even more of his acting range when he finally ends up accidentally killing the other Peacemaker. And it's like the most horrified we've seen him so far.
Yeah.
And I love that when he has that conversation with Adrian, Vigilante, and they're trying to clean up the body, and Adrian's kind of making light of the situation. Like, he's a psychopath. He needs help.
I love him,
He's lovable, but he's very detached from, like, his humanity compared to Peacemaker. When Adrian says, like, oh, that's so cool that you got to meet another version of yourself, Peacemaker's like, no, it's not. You don't know what it's like to see your own eyes. It's like haunting. It's freaky. And it's true. Like, just imagine seeing another you. Like, that alone just shakes your whole universe. The fact that something like that could happen, and on top of that, you kill your own self, like a different version of yourself.
They didn't even get to have a conversation, really. I mean, obviously, this Peacemaker, he was in the other place, and that looks suspicious to the other Peacemaker. He's just like, who the hell are you? Fighting, dead. No answers, no nothing. So he just has to like go into this world blind.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe it was going to be like those swap places, or I don't know, or
that would have been funny.
Or he'll like lock up that Peacemaker and like take over his life until that one escapes and comes back, and there just be like some sort of chaos. I mean, chaos is going to happen either way, dead or alive. But I was shocked when he died. I was just like, wait.
Yeah.
Is that for real? I was like, maybe it wasn't that deep. It was a whole impaling. I always say that. I'm just like, maybe it's not that deep.
It's like, always that
deep. And
it's
like a dead kill. Like it's a kill, dead. And I'm just like, what?
Insane. That just another Peacemaker being killed, that shakes up that other universe. Like, I really wonder how our Peacemaker is going to navigate pretending to be that guy, and then just it's going to be obvious that it's not him, and they're going to be like privy to that. And I'm really curious to see how that universe reacts to him. Like, I feel like they're going to have to close up this universe permanently. I feel like there's going to be an angry mob going after him.
Yeah, because it seems like they're very popular and loved by this world.
Yeah, they're like a trio of superheroes in this one.
And they have like a whole like fandom of people and fans. And I'm just like, okay, this Peacemaker's gone. It seems like it's something regular that happens anyway. Yeah. But even like the brother is just like, are you good? Like, and I'm just like, be good, like act normal. Yeah. But I don't know what normal is for this Peacemaker, because this seems like a healthy world for a Peacemaker.
We were only seeing a little bit, but so far it looks like everyone is like functional, like they're doing fine for the most part.
They've got issues, but their support. Yeah, it seems like he is loved by his brother and his father, and you know, people that support them. So it's really funny that our Peacemaker doesn't know how to take that in, how to handle that.
Yeah, he never got to know this Peacemaker. And there's something off about the Peacemaker that got killed, because he tends to disappear from this family, and that's starting to become like a question mark for them, especially now that he's dead. Like there was a comment off screen of the brother being like, oh, Peacemaker's disappearing more than usual.
Yeah.
And that's it sounds like that was like a concern for them already in the past, and now this just gets exacerbated with him being gone permanently. So I'm really excited to see what the next episode brings. I kind of don't want to see any trailers just because I really just want to be blindsided by what comes next.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do we feel about seeing Harcourt struggling to find work? Like, what has been your thoughts about her so far?
It sucks for her that she's not able to find, because this is all that she is. But I feel like there is more to her, and I want her to find that. I want that character to develop and find something else. And the fight was really, it was a good fight. I thought she was gonna beat.
I thought she was gonna win the whole. Like it was looking good for a while.
And then I don't think she gave up, but she was definitely outnumbered. And
she got overwhelmed.
It felt like at that point she was fine just taking the hits. You know, it's like just to feel something. And I was just like, girl, this is not the answer. But I was like, really? There's no one that could hire her that would take her in. Like she's really just blackballed.
I mean, I think Amanda Waller made it her mission to really make that happen.
And I love me some Viola Davis and stuff like that. But when she played characters like this, like I want to say just... But
she needs to go. Amanda Waller, she's so evil.
Even when she plays an evil character, I never want to axe Viola Davis because I just love seeing her on screen, no matter what she's doing. But I'm like, there's got to be somebody that's hiring, like somebody that needs somebody's ass kicked, or somebody that needs an undercover person. So she. It
would have to be like a very evil agency, and I don't think Harcourt. Like she wants to try to actually do good and be productive.
Yeah.
So she would have to work for like a black market agency or something, and I don't think she's willing to go that far to have purpose. When she's trying to like apply for a job for part of the government, this man tells her like, oh yeah, you're diagnosed with toxic masculinity, which I thought was like the funniest, silliest thing ever. I just love that James Gunn is also just outright using this term because there's like certain terms that just like outrageous people, but these are people that don't understand these concepts because they don't want to learn, they don't want to read. That's an American problem. We need to fix that.
They don't want to read. They don't want to listen. And they want to send stupid messages and act like, oh, yeah, you know. I feel like this, even though I didn't really listen to what you said.
I'm offended by your opinions.
I won't even get into that. Maybe for the next video.
It's so funny to see a female character basically being called in for exhibiting traits of toxic masculinity, because the thing about like the patriarchy is, I forget where I heard this from. It might be FD Signifier. He basically described patriarchy as being genderless, meaning that yes, the culture had started with men in power, but it affects all of us. So in terms of that means now it's genderless. It affects people who are cisgender, transgender, whatever the case is. It affects everybody, including the people themselves who are in power, which is like straight cisgender men. And the fact that it's exhibiting in someone like Harcourt, who she's been in a male-dominated industry for so long, like her whole life. She's working for powerful men and women in the government. And she's just been used as like a tool. So she's like Haku from Naruto. She just wants to be a tool that's useful, that's like purposeful. And she needs to think outside of that. She needs to be more than that. I don't think she should be a cashier because she has really bad customer service. The way that she talked to that woman, talking about like, I'm not a fucking mirror. Don't put your trauma on me.
That was funny. I felt bad, but I was like, oh, it's nice that someone's reaching out. But
she started off, that woman was starting off really nice, but then she took it too far after Harcourt said, I'm good. Thank you. That's not what the situation is.
Yeah, she was a bit pushy about it. I can understand why she would be, but also it's just like you said what you needed to say. You extended a hand, and that's all you can do for some people sometimes. Like, that's it. You know? But she I thought she was going to beat up the lady.
Oh my God. I'm glad she didn't. But she could have gone there, and that's part of her toxic masculinity problem is she turns to violence first, anger first, to respond to people that are trying to reach out to her. Same thing with her interactions with Peacemaker. Whenever he's trying to like break her walls down, like when they were at the party at her place, and he's trying to check in on her, he's like, "Yo, are you good? Because I know that you're looking for work and you're not finding anything." Because he's talking from a place that he's coming from the same place.
Yeah, he understands.
And instead of like opening up to him, instead she starts projecting it, and she's just like, oh, you'd love to see that. You'd love to see me as like a broken, injured bird for you to fix. And he's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm trying to check if you're good because you're my friend. I care about you. and she just shuts that down entirely. I like that this show is like exploring that a female character can go through that too. It's not just men that has this problem. It is a huge problem for men, but it affects women, it affects non-binary people, it affects anyone that's like in this American culture where being hyper masculine, feeling like you need to have like a purpose or else you're not good enough as a person. I like that that's showing up in Harcourt. And I wonder what her journey in the alternate universe is going to be like to fix that. Like, I don't know. Do you think she's going to meet the other Harcourt and like be best friends with her? And then that changes her?
I don't know. I'm thinking because Peacemaker has the other Peacemaker's phone.
Yeah.
And in the phone, he's constantly going into it and looking at photos of the other Harcourt and Peacemaker.
Who are a couple.
Who are a couple. They go places. They have videos where she's like, Chris, stop it. And she's being all cute and like soft and like.
Stuff that you'd never see Harcourt do.
Yeah, you wouldn't see her do. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe our Harcourt would see the phone, find the phone, and go through it and be like, what is this? Like, I don't know. I know that's probably like, what are the chances of her finding this phone?
She probably will end up across that.
I think I want her to like see that because this basically is another her. It looks just like her. To see herself like that, would that change something in her to be like, this could be me?
Yeah.
Like, I could maybe be happy like this. It doesn't, well, it's going to probably be with Chris, but even if it's not, like, look at this. This looks so nice. Like, I want this. Along with her still, kicking ass on the side if that's what she really loves to do, if she wants to. But I feel like it's okay for her to be vulnerable, soften a bit to Chris and to the rest of the friends that she has.
Yeah.
I would want her to see that. I don't think it's enough for someone to just tell her.
No, she has to experience.
She has to experience it. She has to see it for herself. And I think seeing videos or photos of the other Harcourt being that way might do something.
I think that's going to be the inciting incident because she's going to be assigned to go after Peacemaker in the other universe. That's what we saw in the teaser trailer. And I think once she goes into that universe, she's really going to be affected. I mean, going into this universe is like looking yourself in the mirror and seeing all the parts of yourself that you see and then the parts that you want to like hide from.
Oh, maybe that line she said to the lady might have something to do with
I think James Gunn intentionally wanted it to be direct. He wants to parallel these things. There's even a mirror in front of her in that aisle while she's talking.
Yeah.
So that just fits in with like the whole theme of this mirror universe that she has to go into to try and chase after Peacemaker and try to bring him back. I like that they're kind of setting up that she will be brought back, I think, by Argus, but there's probably going to be like, but you have to get Peacemaker or else we're not going to need you at all. And I think that's going to change drastically once she goes into that universe. And I think she'll run into the other Harcourt. And I think that'll mentally fuck her up.
Yeah, that'd be funny if she killed the other Harcourt.
Oh my God.
And then she was trying to cover it up and hide it. And then our Peacemaker and our Harcourt got together in the other universe. They just didn't know because they were trying to pretend to be the other people.
That would be fucking... That's its own comedy right there. Oh my God. I think Peacemaker and Harcourt have been set up really well. I think they're the heart of this story right now because there hasn't been much plot going on other than the discovery of this other universe.
Yeah.
I think we're about to get into the plots of what is the machinations of this universe. How are we going to deal with it? Is it going to stay with Peacemaker's home or is like the government going to seize that door? We don't know. But I like that the first 2 episodes, it's really just been a lot of character setups, seeing where everyone is mentally and emotionally. I love that we at least get an action scene with Eagly. How did you feel about that whole action sequence in the house with Eagly?
I was just worried he was going to get hurt. Because basically,
I was so scared. I feel like there was moments where I'm just like, "Are you gonna smack this bird? Are you gonna kill it?"
Get shot. I thought Eagly was
so many shotgun shots in the house.
Yes. So I was like, he's basically the dog of this show. You don't do that. You don't kill the dogs. You don't kill them in shows.
I don't think James Gunn would ever kill an animal in his movies or shows.
Not,
I don't think he has so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Eagly was going really hard, and I started to get so grossed out and just like freaking out. Like he popped out somebody's eye.
James Gunn has a fetish with eyeballs. Like, remember the starfish in the Suicide Squad?
Okay, just got goosebumps. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was really worried, but then he started going hard. I was like, oh wow, he actually took out this. What is it, like 5 people?
Yeah, all by himself.
Yeah, all by himself.
That was so funny.
And then he just walks back into the house, and he's just like
that aura farming walk to the music.
And he's like, "Don't come back here," and slams the door. Yeah, that was really crazy. I'm like, you guys really just got beat up by a bird. I mean, a pretty big bird.
I mean, it's like eagle. It's a
Yeah.
formidable, but like for 5 people with like assault rifles to not get this bird, that's very impressive.
I'm surprised I'm pretty sure like they were dead. Like most of them were dead, but I think they all but walked away.
Yes, no, they did. Yeah, they
Yeah.
all were just severely injured.
An eye less, and then that's too soon. Yeah, but that was a really good scene. Did you liked it?
I loved it. I don't know how James Gunn makes it look so easy to care about a freaking animal, and it's a fully CG animal. It's not even a real life bird on set. I just love that he has this affinity for animals. I think because he's such a dog lover and he has a pet dog, that he just wants to bring that into everything that he makes. And it doesn't feel intrusive. It doesn't feel like an out of left field, random, stupid thing. Every moment of it I loved. There's no complaints from me there. It was so funny. I think Eagly's really freaking cute. It's the first time I cared about bald eagles. Like I'm indifferent to birds in general, but I think this is like my favorite bird ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. In the rankings of James Gunn animals, I'm torn between Eagly and Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket's my favorite.
What about Crypto though?
He don't listen. I already got a Crypto that don't listen.
Damn,
he can't
Milo.
do nothing for me.
Shots
Where is
fired.
he at? He can't even hear us right now because he's got medicine in his ears. Like, yeah, no, like Crypto don't listen. And then what? There's King Shark, but I feel like he wasn't really like a.
He's more sentient.
Yeah,
he's more
not like
humanoid.
really a pet like. Companion.
Yeah, but he is an animal.
Yeah,
he was cute.
Yeah,
it was weird hearing Sylvester Stallone's voice come out of him though. And I love that this show is continuing this whole discussion and exploration of masculinity, because this is coming off of Superman, which it's been nothing but talks of like positive and toxic masculinity between Superman versus Lex Luthor. So I love that James Gunn is not just directly connecting this show to that movie through like shared plot points and characters, but also themes too. I love that Superman was basically a movie of how do you stay good? How do you stay a good man in a corrupt world? And then Peacemaker is all about how do I become a good man while I'm dealing with all this corruption.
Do you think that Peacemaker would join? What are they called again?
The Justice Gang?
Sounds so stupid, but do you think he is Justice Gang material, or should like Peacemaker just create his own gang with the friends he got right?
Be in his own gang. He needs to be in his own gang, because here's the weird thing with the Justice Gang. The Justice Gang is corporate owned. So, which is surprising because they help like fictional Palestine, and I don't think any corporate entity could ever sign off on that. Or if the heroes did do that, they'd be fired from that agency.
Well, maybe these ones are fired.
No, they don't look fired to me. They're working together. But I think the way that Justice Gang operates and the way Peacemaker operates, they're a little too different, because I think Peacemaker is still going to operate in the way where he needs to be an assassin. He has to do like the dirtier work that cleaner superheroes can't do, even though Harcourt just took out a whole dictator. Yeah. So that actually, now that I think about it, I feel like it muddies the line. I think it could be 50-50 that he either joins this or makes his own agency.
Remember last season when they had to take out the little family and they were butterflies?
Yeah.
And it was hard for him to do, and he was struggling with that.
You're right.
So I don't know, he's like gonna struggle with certain things based off of how they look. But before, if we would have got Peacemaker before that, he would have sniped them no problem. I feel like it would have been just like Vigilante. Vigilante's like, oh, I got this. And he's just like, it was like nothing. Yeah. I felt like Peacemaker wouldn't have thought and stopped and said, oh, I don't know if I should be doing this. That looks like a kid in there and stuff. I feel like old Peacemaker would have been like, I have a job. This is who's on the list, and this is what I have to do. So I feel like he could be Justice Gang material, but I also feel like maybe not. I feel still like he's capable of saying like, oh, I was told this kid is possessed. They're only 5 years old. I got to take him out. I don't feel like he would hesitate. Like, really? Right now, I feel like there's too much back and forth. I feel like he could go either way depending on the situation. And that's what makes me like, I don't think he could be part of the Justice Gang. I don't think Superman's going to come down and shake his hand and be like, good work, Peacemaker. So that way everybody will be on the Peacemaker wagon. Yeah. I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like he's still going to have to do fucked up shit, and we have to kind of accept it. Yeah. For the greater good, I guess. Yeah, because I think I keep going back to the fact that his skill is mainly taking out targets and not having a conscience about it. But you're also like
bringing up points that's making me doubt if he could stay that way too. Because like you said, he hesitated with the family that was taken over by the butterflies. He's growing a moral conscience now. He didn't have to struggle with that before. So can he really still stay as like an assassin type character by the end of this? Because I feel like the more softer and vulnerable he gets, the harder it's going to be for him to do stuff like that. He would have to strike some sort of balance of who he targets and who he's working with. That's like the main thing.
Because sometimes he's very much like, I have no choice. I'm just killing this person. Like he doesn't give killing a second thought when he does it. Yeah. Maybe sometimes after, but I feel like he's like, if this is the only choice I have, then I'm going to do it. I'm capable of doing it. I know I could do it. Yeah. If he's trying to fight somebody off or something off.
Like he did with the other Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That was a reflex. That was muscle memory.
So that worries me. I mean, you have to, he has to go to like, don't kill people rehab, like, or something. I don't know. Like,
he'd have to really reprogram himself, and I don't know if that's what's going to happen with this character.
I don't feel like it is, especially like they're in a world that's just so messed up. And then as much as like I love the friend group and everybody else, they're all pretty messed up. His like one of his BFFs is Vigilante. Well, I don't know if he's Vigilante's best friend, but
Vigilante calls himself his best friend.
Yeah, right. So you called him to help clean up other Peacemaker's body because you
couldn't do it yourself.
The company you keep is also like an issue and a reflection of you. So
bars. That's true. I'm glad you brought up the fact that he keeps company that's like him too, because that you're right. I feel like it really depends on what agency he works for. I feel like he'd have to be in a team that he can agree with in terms of what is the philosophy. Are we taking out individuals that might be good, or are we going strictly off like really, really bad guys? I don't think, because I can never see him working for Amanda Waller again. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I feel like it would be a team where they're just going to be like, all right, we got to be the team that does the really hard decisions of killing really bad guys because other superheroes are too busy with like political lines and not trying to cross those lines. I feel like that's maybe where he'll go. There might be a balance of like, okay, I can still use my killing reflex, but it's going to be for like the most vile people in the world. It's not going to be for people that are like morally complicated or even decent people or people like Rick Flag. So that might be where they're headed. But whatever they do with this character, I'm willing to go with what James Gunn does. And I'm curious to see how Harcourt and Peacemaker grow by the end of this season. Yeah. Did you have any thoughts on any other of the characters that we had this season?
Hanmo's spying on everyone kind of makes me not like him even more.
Yeah.
I mean, before I just wasn't paying attention to him, and I'm just like,
I get why he's working, but it's also like, that's your friends, bro. Yeah. That's your homies.
And then you hear, can't even catch a bear with them and stuff like that. You just, I'm watching out for him. I got to see him step up and do something to make me, rethink how I'm feeling about him. Yeah. And then Adebayo, I mean, she's always good. She's, she got her shit with her girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
I wish they would flesh that out more.
I wish they would get rid of it. I don't
One
care.
Or the other, because it's just too many little bits.
I was hoping that they were done.
Like, I was kind of hoping that too. Like, the ex is still here.
We're still holding on to this right now. I feel like, she's unemployed right now and she's just kind of hopping around, drifting around, hanging out and stuff. But I feel like there's time for her to like find something to do. I don't know, get a job or whatever. Something good could happen to her. Yeah. But then we got the girlfriend. I feel like we're still hanging on to that. And I'm just like, I didn't care about this relationship in the beginning. Like, it was nice to see that, okay, Adebayo, Amanda Waller's her mom, she just needed a job and her and her girlfriend are struggling. She just has to do this, and then, they'll continue on with whatever plan that they had. Fine. Doesn't work out that way. She finds a greater calling that's not really much of a great calling for her, but it's something that she likes, and she's made new friends. And then you have the ex here still, and I'm just like,
why are you here?
Yeah, no offense, but it sounds like it didn't work out, and it's not going to work out. And then you were just like,
back to Gotham.
She told Adebayo, she's like, we were supposed to go back to Gotham. Who wants to go to Gotham?
What was the reason you left in the first place? I feel like it's because
it's Gotham. That's like
there's a Batman running around. That's how bad it is.
Even if it's not him, I'm just like, I feel like it's hard to get out. You guys did you guys see Penguin? Like, y'all not watch Penguin? It's hard to get out. Like, y'all made it. So what are you talking about? So when she said that, I was like, I'm definitely done with this relationship. I really don't care please, let's stop. And then Vigilante, you know, he's just Vigilante. Jealous he wasn't invited to, you know, the little...
The orgy party.
Yeah, and he's just like, you know, he's like, that's what friends do. And I like how Chris is just looking at him like, no,
that's not what friends do.
Not. Yeah.
I feel like Vigilante just revealed himself as asexual. I don't know if you...
I think so.
Because he legit says, he's like, I don't quote unquote like sex.
Yeah.
And his explanation was like you said, it's something that friends do to bond. And then he goes like, I'm just saying I'm not a pervert, so I don't like sex.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay.
Like, you don't got to be a pervert to like sex.
He's too funny. And I mean, I loved when he was cutting up the other, that sounds bad, but when they were getting rid of the other Peacemaker.
He looked turned on there. He was so ecstatic with that grin on his face.
He was having so much fun. I think that's why I'm just like, he's so sick. Something's wrong with him. It's just so funny. I think that's why I like him.
Yeah, I hope they get more exploration with these characters. Mm-hmm. I think they will flesh out more as the season goes on. Mm-hmm. So I'm liking everybody. I'm liking everything that's being set up so far. Rick Flag Sr., I hope becomes really interesting because he's going to be a major problem as well.
I just want that man to heal because you don't.
He needs to heal.
That stupid old man looking guy with the Pokemon or whatever he said. And I was just like, who is this guy? He's so annoying. I was hoping Eagly killed him, but he walked away.
No, don't kill this guy. What's his name? Langston Fleury.
He's so lame.
He's a major dickhead. I love Tim Meadows. He's like a really great comedian, a great actor. He was during a generation when SNL used to be funny and good. He's like a piece of shit character, but Tim Meadows he makes him kind of likable with how funny he is. Even with his sexual harassment moments. I'm like, what are you doing? How did you keep this job? His bird blindness being a subplot was freaking hilarious too.
Good, because if
I don't know what they're gonna do with this man. I'm curious to see where he goes too.
He's such an ass. Oh my god.
We're not gonna rate this because it's 2 episodes, and we'd rather just rate like the entire season as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how we're gonna feel by the end of this season. What our potato meter is gonna be like. So those are all our thoughts on Peacemaker episodes 1 and 2. Let us know all your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of this season so far? Are you liking it? Are you hating it? Do you have bird blindness? Let us know. Let us know if that's real. I know it's not real, but if it's affecting you, I need to know what the fuck's wrong with you. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like it. Make sure to subscribe, hit notification bells. Share this with your friends, your moms, your coworkers, your government agencies that are spying on you, and your pet Eagly. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.